Hi everyone, and welcome back to my studio. I hope you're ready for some more resin fun. I'm having fun testing out some new molds and also my new resin heating mat. So let's get down to the table and I'll explain everything to you. Now, because through most of this video I will be wearing my respirator, you will be seeing like subtitles or voiceover and not hearing my voice directly. Because I will be wearing a respirator, you won't be able to hear me clearly. All right, let's get down to the table. Okay, for today's project, I have this mold, which makes a case that holds your coasters. It's like a little coaster stand. And then I have 5 round coasters. And for this one, we will be using my Stonecoat Art Coat resin. It's a 1-to-1 ratio resin. So I have a part A and a part B. And then for my coloring, I'm going to use the Sayu white, and I'm going to use some copper foil flakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of have half and half coaster, so one half will be white and one half will be clear with the copper flakes. And I will show you how we're going to do that in a minute, but right now I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to mix up my resin, and we'll be back in a few minutes to start this project. Okay, we have part A and part B, 6 ounces of each. We're going to put both of those into the larger cup. We're going to mix that up and then we'll be back. Hang in there. All right, so I mixed up part A and part B, and then I took the mixed resin and I put it into 2 fresh cups, not the ones that had the unmixed resin in it. And into these, I'm going to add our pigment and our foil. So in the first one, I'm going to put the white pigment. This is the Sayu white from Eye Candy Pigments. And into the other one, we will put the copper foil flakes, and then we'll mix those all up and we'll be ready to move forward. Now you will note that I make the mistake of putting my pigment on top of my resin. It's always best to put the pigment in first and then put the resin in the cup. It mixes so much easier and with less mess. You'll notice the pigment gets all over the top rim of the cup. It gets on my hand. So just as a note, if you're going to do this, put the pigment in first, then pour your resin in. The foil flakes are not usually an issue with this. Okay, moving it back over for a better view. Now we're going to fill the molds. Now we want to sort of pour the white on one side and the foil on the other side. We don't care if they mix a little down the middle, but you do want to try and get one on one side and one on the other as much as possible. You know, it's sort of a tricky process. And then for the large mold, I'm trying to put the clear in first and the white on top. Okay, now you'll see me take some popsicle sticks and try and break up some of the larger foil flakes. They were just not looking as pretty as the small ones that float around easier. It's just a way to make the coasters look a little nicer. Okay, now we're going to torch all of the coasters to get the bubbles out of the resin, and then we'll be ready to turn on the heat mat and let these set up. Okay, one final step. I have a mister sprayer. It sprays an extremely fine mist. It has 99% isopropyl alcohol in it, and I just give a quick burst over each piece, and that is going to eliminate the final bubbles that you have. Okay, I'm turning on the heat mat. I'm covering these up, and I'll see you in a couple hours. Okay guys, now these normally without the heat mat would take 24 hours to be ready to unmold. These have had 12 hours. That was 4 hours with the heat mat on, and then I left them under the dome so that the heat that was in there would last a good lot longer. Not sure how long, but they are definitely ready to unmold. So let's give this a go and see what they look like. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that one. These are pretty from both sides, though I'm thinking I may want to make that the top because I don't think I filled these enough, but no, some of these I'm liking the bottoms. Probably should have added some more clear on top to dome it, but look at how pretty those are. But what I'm impressed with is how fast these finished. Now I may dome all of these outside the molds because they all could use a little, but I can just flip them over if I want because the bottoms are just as gorgeous. Now here's the real one to see because the big one worked. But just to be able to do this in 12 hours instead of 24 hours is a huge time saving. So that definitely makes that mat worth every penny. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at how pretty that came out. And then all of these are made to fit right in there, all stacked up. Oh, so gorgeous. All right. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate your presence. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell for more videos. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, everyone.